Hey guys, we're just getting ready for our yoga practice today. You won't need any props, just your yoga mat should be good enough for practice today. So if you want to go ahead and get settled into a nice comfortable position, whatever that might mean for you today, seated, child's pose, lying down, sometimes even standing can be a great way to start your practice. So I just invite you to get comfortable, settle into the breath. Letting the chest rise and fall with each inhalation, with each exhale. And when you're ready, you can let your eyes begin to drift closed. Continuing to breathe slowly and deeply. Attention resting on the breath. Feeling the movement as you breathe. With each exhale, perhaps just letting go of a bit more tension, stress. I invite you to bring your attention to each of these areas as I mention them. Relaxing your face, relaxing the shoulders and neck, softening the belly, relaxing the hips, relaxing the legs and feet. As we continue to move through this meditation today, let's begin to bring into focus ideas of gratitude. Settling your attention on the area and space around your heart. Begin to focus on feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. And with your attention on your heart center, bring to mind something or someone that you're grateful for. As you continue with your easy, relaxed breathing, perhaps you feel gratitude for being alive, for being healthy. Bring your attention to people who truly nourish you in your life and how they bless you with their presence. Feeling gratitude for your own life. and the many gifts that you've been blessed with. Now bring your attention to how this gratitude feels in the area around your heart. And with each inhale, allowing this feeling to grow outward, expanding to fill your chest, your arms and hands, legs and feet. With each inhale, the feeling grows, filling you up. So we'll begin our physical practice in a seated position on your mat. So take your time to adjust your body. Maybe starting with some small movement until you come towards seated. Cross-legged. Again, we won't necessarily need any props for this practice today. But if you like to place a block or a blanket under your hips here to elevate and bring them more in line with the knees, you can do that as well. And start some circular motion with the upper body, just circling around in one direction. If it feels good to allow the head and neck to move into that movement, you can do that too. And then let's reverse the direction of the circle. Sometimes just keeping this movement small can be really beneficial as well, especially if you're prone to feeling dizzy. On your next inhale breath, let's circle sweep our arms overhead, reach up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, let's fold forward. And then let's take the hands and walk them over to our right. You can either let the arms just be completely relaxed here, or you could walk them out a little bit farther, just advancing that stretch a bit. Totally up to you. One is not better than the other. Only you can decide for your practice. And then we'll walk the hands over to the opposite side. Again, just relaxed. Or maybe stretching a little farther. And then we'll come back to the center and move into a tabletop position. So coming onto the hands and the knees. A few rounds of cat and cow breath. Coming back to a neutral spine, spinal balance. So this can be your version of spinal balance. We alternate from one side to the other. If you would like to add in elbow to knee, you can do that as well. You could pause and hold much longer as you move from side to side, or moving with your breath. And then we'll tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Stretching out a bit in our first down dog of the day. Slowly, let's start to lower our knees Bending in the knees, lowering them down to the mat. We're gonna hover and then come back to your downward dog. Hover the knees, downward dog. Do that a couple more times at your pace. Rolling forward into a plank or kneeling plank position. And then go ahead and lower all the way down to the mat. We're going to take our arms out in a T position, palm face down. And we're going to roll over onto our right shoulder. So go ahead and set the left hand in next to the left shoulder. And then we roll over onto the shoulder. This left leg here can be set up behind or in front of this leg. You could extend both legs out. Whatever feels most supported to you here, you can use this left hand to gently press into the mat. You can also take this top arm and just let it fall back here. It's a pretty deep stretch through the shoulder, so just be careful and listen to your body. I'm going to switch that over to the other side, so we roll through center, extending left arm out, rolling onto the left shoulder. Again, if you want to add to that stretch, if you need more. And then we roll back onto our belly, drawing the hands under the shoulders. Let's take a couple of rolling cobras here, lifting up. And exhale. Breathe in and out. Elbows tucked in. And exhale. Let's press back to child's pose. And then tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. On the next inhale breath, let's take our right leg high. On the exhale breath, knee towards chest, shifting forward into plank. Hug the knee in. Back to three-legged dog. And we'll step through to lunge. Keeping the left hand down on the mat, reach the right arm up, twist. And then we'll switch the hands, bringing your right hand down to the floor or a block here, and then we'll reach left arm up. Reaching both arms overhead, high lunge. Warrior two. And then straightening out the legs, we'll reach forward, triangle pose. Turning the chest towards your left side. Let's take both hands down to the mat. Standing splits, left leg high. Setting the left foot down. Chair pose. Reach up, tall mountain. Breathing in, on the exhale, draw the hands towards the heart, and we'll cross our left leg over the right as we sit back into figure four. Finding a flex of the left foot and toes. And then let's unhook the foot, send it back, warrior three. So we hinge at the hips, left toes pointing down towards the mat. Press through the back heel. Gaze neutral. Start to bring the left leg forward, tree pose. So as we move into tree, just as a reminder, we avoid placing the foot at the knee joint. Keep our bodies as safe as possible. On your next exhale breath, let's fold forward and move through your version of vinyasa. On the next inhale breath, let's take the left leg high. As you exhale, we draw knee in towards the chest. So you're shifting forward into a plank position. Left leg high. And step through to lunge. Keeping right hand down the mat, left arm reaches up, twist. And then switch out the hands, bring your left hand down, right arm reaches up. Reaching both arms into the air, high lunge. Warrior two. And then straightening out both legs, triangle pose. Take your time, stay strong through the core, turn your chest to your right. Bringing both hands down to the mat, standing splits. We take the right leg high. Relax the crown of your head towards the floor. And chair pose. Reach up tall into your mountain. Drawing the hands towards your heart, we cross right leg over, sitting back into figure four. And hook the leg, send it back, warrior three. Press through the back heel, hinge at the hips. Make the body long. And then tree pose, again, avoiding the knee joint. So right foot at the ankle, calf, or inner thigh. And we fold forward. Move through a vinyasa. Always feeling free to omit any vinyasa throughout the practice. Perhaps moving straight back to child's pose or downward facing dog. In the next inhale breath, let's take a right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Right leg high. And step through to lunge. Keep the left arm down, right arm reaches up, twist. And then switch your hands. Left arm reaches up. Both arms high, high lunge. Warrior two. Straightening out the legs as we move into triangle pose. Both hands down to the mat. Standing splits, left leg high. And fold forward. Chair. Reach up tall, mountain pose. Figure four as we cross the left leg over, sitting back into the hips. Warrior three. Tree pose. Folding forward, and we move through a vinyasa. On the next inhale breath, we take the left leg high. Knee to chest. Three-legged dog. And step through to lunge. Lunge, twist, reach the left arm up. Switching out the hands. The right arm reaches up. High lunge. Warrior two. Triangle. Standing splits. Fold forward, chair pose. Reaching up tall into mountain. Figure four, we cross right leg over, sit back into the hips. Warrior three, send the right leg back. Tree pose. Folding forward to move through your vinyasa. So as we move through our vinyasa here, as you come to your downward dog, go ahead and settle into child's pose. Taking a couple of moments of breath, of rest. And so if you're moving through the quick flow today and just taking the 20-minute practice, continue to relax in your child's pose, maybe taking a few more stretches and settling into your Shavasana when you feel ready. And if you're continuing on in your practice, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. So on our inhale breath, we take the right leg high, moving into an open hip position. So we drop the right foot over to the left, reaching right knee up into the sky. On the exhale breath, let's take a right knee toward the right tricep. Back to three-legged dog. And then step through to lunge. Keeping left arm down, right arm reaches up, twist. And lowering the hand to the floor as we step up to forward fold. Drop your crown of the head to the floor. Chair. And as an option, you can lift the heels into balancing chair. On your next exhale breath, let's fold forward. So a couple of options here. We're going to move into crow pose. If you don't feel like adding crow into your practice today, a great option is also to move into child's pose. So for crow, fingers are spread out wide. We lift up the heels and tuck the knees into the armpits. I'm going to make a little shelf here on our tricep. Take the weight forward. And if crow isn't in your practice, just play around with this, keeping both feet on the floor. So you can kind of play around with your weight. You maybe lift one toe and then the other. And maybe you move into crow, taking again knees into armpits. Weight shifts forward. Round into the upper back, lift. Then we step back to plank. Downward facing dog. Let's take the hands and walk them back towards the feet. Forward fold. As you inhale, circle, sweep the arms overhead. Draw the hands in towards the heart, and we lift the right knee, one-legged Tadasana. We're going to step the right leg forward into lunge. See if you can gently step down into that lunge. Lowering left hand all the way down to the floor, lunge, twist. And then we'll turn to face our left side. Walk it to the back of the mat, yogi lunge. Return the right toes to point up towards the sky. Keep the hands on the floor. You can also take a balance here, bringing hands to the heart. Keep breathing. Warrior two. Reverse triangle, so we straighten out the legs. Nice long reach and stretch to the right side of the body. Cartwheel both hands down to the floor. Vinyasa. The next inhale breath, we'll take the left leg high. Moving into our open hip position. Let's take left knee to left tricep. Three-legged dog. And step through to lunge. Reaching the left arm up, lunge, twist. And head back down. Let's step up to forward fold. Chair pose. Optionally lifting the heels into balancing chair. And folding forward. So once again, we try out crow. What worked for you, what didn't work for you, let's try it out again. Again, just maybe playing around with weight balance, shifting forward and back, forward and back. Maybe we lift one foot and the other. Maybe lift all the way into crow. Plank. Downward facing dog. And we'll walk the hands back to the feet. On the inhale, breath circle, sweep the arms overhead. One-legged Tadasana, draw the hands to the heart, lift the left knee. With your gaze focused, we'll step forward as gently as you can, lunge. Lunge, twist, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up. Turning to face the right side of your mat, yogi lunge towards the back of the mat. Again, feel free to take balance here. We're gonna keep one hand down on the floor, one hand up, whatever works for you in this position. If this is too deep of a lunge, we keep the lunge a little higher up here, particularly if you're dealing with knee issues or pain. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. And a vinyasa. We'll flow through that one more time. Up to you if you would like to, or perhaps feel free to move into a more restful position and just holding child's pose here. If you feel like you're ready for more work in your practice, let's take a right leg high into open hip. Stepping forward, bringing right knee to right tricep. Three-legged dog. and lunge. Stepping up to forward fold, chair pose, balancing chair, and folding forward. Maybe try out crow here. Maybe. Plank. Downward dog. Walk it back to forward fold. Circle, sweep the arms overhead. One-legged Tadasana, lift the right knee, step forward into your lunge. Lunge twist, left hand down, right arm reaches up. Turn to face left as we move into yogi lunge at the back of the mat. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. Vinyasa. On your next inhale breath, left leg high into an open hip position. Left knee to left tricep. Three-legged dog. And we'll step through to lunge. Step up to forward fold. Chair pose. Balancing chair. Fold forward. Optional crow. Plank. Downward dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Circle, sweep the arms overhead. One-legged Tadasana, lifting left knee. Step it forward, lunge. Lunge twist, right hand down, left arm reaches up. Turning to face your right side and walking it to yogi lunge at the back of the mat. Or higher lunge if you choose here. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. And a vinyasa. From your downward dog, let's find a restful position. Child's pose. Sitting back on the feet. Easy cross-legged position. Whatever allows you to find more rest. Perhaps slow down the breath. Any point during your practice, you find yourself with a big frown on your face, you're creating tension in the jaw or eyes or forehead. Feel free to add a smile. I know sometimes it can feel silly. Sometimes just that easy change. And change your attitude as well. And so we'll all move into a cross-legged position. Come down to sit on the hips. Again, if you prefer to have your hips elevated here, you could be sitting on a block or a blanket. We're gonna take a side body stretch, reaching one arm up and over. Let's go ahead and roll out the wrist and the hand. Flex and reach the fingers. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side as well. And we'll come back to an upright position. Let's bring both feet together, knees relaxed outward in butterfly pose. So as you come into this position, no need to hug the bottom of the feet together. Just let them relax here. Just let them fall outward as they will. You can fold forward here. You can use your elbows as a little extra weight on the inner thighs. You could also support underneath of either one of the knees with a block here. Sometimes I find it feels good to just reach forward. If that doesn't feel good in your spine or back, bring the hands down to the mat to feel a bit more supported. It's another great option. We'll walk our hands back up. Let's extend our right leg forward. Take the left foot and step it over the right. We're going to move into a twist. So use your left hand to support behind your hips. We're going to hook elbow on the outside edge of the left leg. Another option here is to wrap the arm around the front side of the knee and gently hug and twist here. 2 rounds of breath. And then we'll switch that out. So left leg goes long. Take the right foot, step it over. We can hook elbow on the outside of the thigh and twist. You're using your right hand as support behind your hips. So you can maintain a nice long spine. You can also wrap arm around the front side of the leg here as well. And breathe. And we'll go ahead and unwind and roll down onto your back. Gently hug the knees in towards the chest. And then we'll move into happy baby. Take the knees out wide, grabbing hold of inside or outside edges of the feet. Maybe a gentle sway from side to side. And go ahead and release the feet. We'll set both feet down on the mat wide. Let's go ahead and drop both knees over towards our right side. And then take them over to the left. And then we'll come back to the center. Extend the right leg out. Take the left foot and place it against the inner leg. As we move into tree pose on our back, let's find cactus arms here just to open into the chest a bit more. Cactus arms or arms out in a T, whatever might suit your body or posture better. So you can place your foot at the knee joint here because we're not putting any pressure on the leg. And so we are supported by the earth beneath us without any risk of injury in this position. And let's go ahead and switch out our trees. So the left leg goes long, take the right foot to the inside of the left leg. And then we can extend both legs out. Relax the arms down to the sides. As we move into our Shavasana, if there's any additional movement or postures that you need to take to find more balance in your body, or just something additional you need to stretch or move, always feel welcome to do those things before you settle into your final relaxation. Taking your time to close your eyes and just letting the body be just a bit more heavy with each exhale breath. So I invite you to just start to take some movement and or breath to awaken your body. And if you need more time for relaxation or Shavasana, feel free to take as much time as you need. If you'd like to close your practice lying down as you are, you may. You can take your time to move back to seated. Let's take a breath together. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Namaste.